Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Susie from Threadquarters. Thanks for joining me again today. You might have seen on Instagram I recently shared my inspiration pin board, which you can see behind me here. I know some of you have been asking me about it as well, so there was so much interest on Instagram for it. I thought I would do a whole video on it just to show you a bit more in detail and how I do my sketches as well. So if you're interested in finding out more, then keep watching. So I just want to say before we get started, if you are enjoying my videos, please don't forget to give them a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And also, if you want to keep up to date with all my latest videos, then please do hit the subscribe button down there. And then you'll be notified when there are new videos. Hit the bell as well if you want proper notification posts. So here is my inspiration board. It's not really an inspiration board actually, it's more of project planning. I'm a really visual person, and if I were to just write a list, I love lists by the way, lists are my life, but for some reason for creative pursuits, if I were to just write lists of what I would like to get done, what I'd like to sew, it doesn't spur me on and inspire me as much as a visual one does. So this is something that I've sort of developed over the last year or so, and it's still sort of a work in progress, but I just thought I would share it with you anyway the way it is right now. I used to keep my planning in a bullet journal, but because it's in a book, it wasn't quite as visual for me as up on the wall in my sewing room. So this is basically a jumping off point from the bullet journal. I'll put a link down below in the description box of the video where I talk through my bullet journal and how I've made it suitable for sewing planning and just anything to do with sewing, which is really great and it's been very popular. I know a lot of people have taken it on, so if you're interested in that, then do check that video out. But as I say, I just find that if it's up on the wall in a room I'm in all the time, it really does inspire me a lot more. Basically, I have got this croquis, I think I've pronounced that right, I'm not sure, that I found online. I know there is a company now where you can put in your own measurements and get a croquis that matches your body measurements perfectly, which is fantastic. I think it's called My Body Image, maybe? I'm not sure. I'll put a link down below to it if you're interested in that. But otherwise you could just go online and get various different shapes and sizes. I found one that is, I think, quite similar to my shape. Apart from her boobs are definitely bigger than mine, but she's more pear-shaped, and like me, I'm pear-shaped as well. So I've just used that, and to be honest, more than happy with what I produce from it. I think it does represent my body well enough for me to just continue using it. So I will show you in more depth exactly how I create these little images here, but just to sort of talk you through what I've done, I've just drawn little outlines of basically the line drawings from patterns that I want to sew up, and then I have a swatch of the fabric that I plan to use behind it. And the reason why I've done it that way is because my colouring in is diabolical. It's really bad. Again, if you see the bullet journal video, you'll see that I would colour in, sort of trying to mimic, I would try and draw this pattern very roughly with my colouring pencils into the actual line drawings. And it just was a bit rubbish, to be honest. It wasn't very good. And I just loved having this visual of actually seeing the colours of the fabric alongside the line drawing. So you might recognise some of these from the UFOs that I've been planning to finish up in September. Watch hopefully next week when I'll reveal what I managed to get done. I can't wait to share that with you. So basically a really fun thing is that This is sort of harking back to when I was a little girl, and one of my favourite things to do was play with paper dolls. It's true. I absolutely loved it, to the point where I would make my own paper dolls. And it wasn't until I started doing this that I realised I'm just doing like a grown-up version of what I did when I was younger. It was making the paper dolls. Like, I drew my own people, and then I drew my little different outfits for them, and I, you know, learnt where to make the little tabs that you would then fold round my people, and I loved it. I did it all the time, and I just realised I've totally just adapted it for my sewing life now, and I love it. I really love it. The other wonderful thing is that you can actually use this to create little capsule wardrobes or wardrobe planning to make sure that your outfits are going to go together. You can take them off, put them onto your little croquis like you're playing paper dolls, but with clothes that you can actually make for yourself, and make sure that, let me see, this little Ogden's going to look lovely on these ginger jeans, or this Beatrix top is going to look lovely on the ginger jeans, stuff like that. This little Ogden here would look nice on the skirt. And then the other wonderful thing is that because I haven't coloured them in, if you want to make the pattern again in a different fabric, you can just use your same sketch to put it up and then put a different fabric behind it. So I'll do a close-up now of how I draw these sketches. I am really not super artistic. A lot of people on Instagram, when they saw this, they said, oh, if I were to do this, it would look like a 3-year-old's work. I just want to say that if I were to just draw these garments from my memory, they would look horrendous, and if I didn't use this to trace over, again, it would look so out of proportion and wrong. Whereas using the tracing method, and also I'm just copying an image from a line drawing from the pattern, it's a lot easier than you think, and you really would be able to do it as well, I'm sure of it. Okay, so I just thought I would show you how I draw my little sketches. As I say, I use this croquis here, and you'll get a little sneak peek of the next pattern that I'm hoping to tackle. It's McCall's, it's this one here. So I've got the pattern envelope with me here, McCall's 7726, these paper bag trousers, and I have my fabric swatch as well. You'll see that. And so I've just got the line drawings here just as a guide, and some paper. I'm just going to put it over my lady here. You might not be able to see the lines of her, but I can. Sorry if you can't. And I'm going to have to angle it because that's how I do these things. Right. So what you could do is you could just trace the outline of the body onto your, very lightly, onto your paper if you wanted to. I don't always do that, but it might help, and then you don't have to do any more tracing or worry about the movement of it. And then I'm just going to do these tapered ones here, but I know that I'm going to probably be tapering them even further, so I will try my best. And you just sort of copy it. Look, there's her waist is there, so I'm going to taper that in. So I'll just speed this up and you can see what I do. There we go, that's it. And then as you will have seen from my other sketches, I always put it fill the lines in black just so that they stand out more. I just use one of these Uniball eye micro pens. You know, use whichever black pen you like. I know some people are into their stationery, so I just thought I would let you know which pen I'm using. And then you just cut it out. And there we go, there's my paper bag waisted trousers and my fabric swatch. Yeah. Now I just wanted to show you these are all things that I've previously made or previously planned and maybe not actually got around to making yet, but a lot of them have. But I just wanted to show you how you can have it as your very own little paper doll. You know, there's the trousers on her. Shall we put a little, obviously it sort of moves around a bit because, you know, I don't really do it. Oh, I'm sorry, that was my phone. So there, she's got a melilo tucked into the paper bag. You could even put a cardigan over. Doesn't work perfectly, but you get the gist of it. Or how about, let's see, what else have I got? I don't have a lot of ones that are good. There's a little Erin skirt, so over it, Erin skirt that I love. Tuck that in. Doesn't that look super, super cute? And you could just start doing this, you know, if you have your fabric swatches with you as well. You could start laying out if you wanted to make a capsule wardrobe. Here's my tops. I'm totally just doing this off the cuff. Here's some skirts that would be nice in my collection. And my Romana coat, you know, something like that. Let's throw a dress into the mix as well. And you could have your little capsule wardrobe there. And then, you know, if you were to go and get your scraps, which I have many, many, many of, you could get all your scraps together. Oh, they look nice together, don't they? Didn't realise that. And that's when you can really start playing around with your fabrics and your patterns that you own, patterns that you plan on making, and you can start mixing and matching. I mean, that's a beautiful linen. Wouldn't that be lovely as a melilo there? That's for my trousers there. You know, I am literally just doing this off the cuff right now. There's a beautiful rifle paper one. You could stick that on there. Pretend. I'm not going to build this whole thing, but I just wanted to show you what it would be like. So that's a bit random, but you get the gist of it and how adaptable and useful these little sketches can be. So what do you think of the little pin board? Do you think you might give it a go? Do you do something similar yourself? Please do let me know in the comments below if you're gonna give it a go, or tell me how you do your project planning or your inspiration boards. I would love to hear. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will hopefully be back again next week with the reveal of the UFOs that I managed to get done this month. Bye guys!